Now I think about it, it's probably not a very good stream, is it? Dragging out something tedious. Probably not a good look for a streamer. What are you doing this week? Oh, I'm trying to drag out something tedious on stream. Oh, be sure to check in. Be sure to check in. If you come and check out the stream and I'm dragging out something tedious. Oh, look, there's a squirrel there. That's good. That's good. That's an advert, but it can stay. It's not an advert. It's something about there from on there. That's Inquiry's Journal. Look, stay on track. Inquiry's Journal, we're using as a little jumping off point because they've written an article about history of mental illness. So they've got a squirrel. So that's probably gonna distract you from me, isn't it? I've mentioned it now. Now you're all gonna be on the squirrel. You're gonna have forgotten all the. Doesn't matter. Mental Health Mondays sorted. You've just seen a squirrel. Honestly, that's not even a bad look. If you're feeling a bit down today and tonight, and tomorrow you can see yourself a squirrel, I guarantee you that's 10 points in the energy bank for feeling better. I went out yesterday on Halloween, wasn't it? Yesterday, I went out on Halloween with my dog trying to bite some ghosties. If it does bite a child and the child is dressed as a ghost, I can say, well, officer, I believed it to be a supernatural entity. It is the night of All Hallows. Officer, it is the night of All Hallows, and I believed it to be a supernatural entity. So not only did my dog bite the I was going to say child, that would have got me in it. Not only did my dog bite the ghost, but I unleashed him and encouraged it. Not only that was because I shouldn't joke because people get quite badly bitten by dogs, but my dog's only a little chuffer. He's not if you got bit by my dog, then you wouldn't be able to get your trousers off, I'll tell you that. So he's just a little chuffer. So yeah, but you could say, couldn't you, to the police that it was because you thought it was a real ghost. So until the sheet came off, officer, I didn't realise I should be stopping it. In fact, I was encouraging it. The skeleton, I'm surprised I didn't go for the skeleton because dogs like a bone, don't they? And there's a skeleton. He's all bones. It's all bones. Skeleton, go after him. So yeah, officer, I was out walking my dog anyway. We didn't bite any kids or anything. We didn't even see anyone. You know, these days people are too sensible to go out walking around late at night when there's people and their dogs looking out for ghosties. So I was out there with the dog. I've forgotten even what I was saying. Yeah, we saw a foxy. There's an urban fox lives up around my way. We were walking down the road. He ran across. The dog was like, "Oh, my chuffing, what? Are you having that?" I was like, yeah, son, we're having that. Go on. I didn't let him off the lead because that would have been an issue. But I did say to him, go on, and he ran to the extent of the extendable. Way, Foxy. Didn't realise you were going to garrot me at the end there, Dad. So, no, sorry, it's the length of the lead. You have to get used to that, son. So anyway, he's off there, he's gone. The dog's been off barking, looking for Foxy. I thought that was nice. It's nice just to see the wildlife. And squirrels and that. We go in the fields. Today I've been to the fields with two dogs, my sister's dog and my dog. Out in the fields, they're running about. I'm sort of running about. Trying not to get muddy, but occasionally you'll see a foxy, or you might even see a deer or a squirrel. And it is it's there in the corner there on the window, but on the little images. Better in real life, you're like, there's a magic moment, isn't there? A little magic moment where you're like, oh, saw a squirrel there. The squirrel sees you. There's like a moment. You have a little moment. You know they've got brains going on, don't you? They're not just like they see you, you see them, and before you can say, "Oh, do you mind if I take your photo?" They've gone, chuffed off. He's going to get his camera out. Let's go, quick before he's going to take a photo of me. I don't want to be on Facebook. I'm a squirrel. Don't want my image to be in the cloud. Thank you very much. Got business to attend to up this tree. So the squirrel doesn't want my phone. He's not into that. He's off. But before that, there's a moment, isn't there? So you either have to walk around with your phone like that, or just enjoy the moments. And I think it's better to just enjoy the moments, and they're good moments. So that's just a little squirrel, isn't it? So if you're feeling a bit sad tonight, remember that tomorrow you might see a squirrel. And life is just a series of moments. Some of them are sad, some of them are happy. You get through each and every one because things come and pass like waves. Some things you hold on to. A really good analogy I heard the other day was about thoughts and feelings, maybe, but thoughts going by like on a conveyor belt. Maybe like not sushi, because I'm vegan, I wouldn't have the fish on the conveyor belt. How long's that been there? I'm not eating that. Look, the conveyor belt of life, the Amazon thing of parcels of thoughts, ideas going through your head. And some of them you do actually get a hold on to, don't you? You get a hold on to and say, that's for me, that one. That's for me. I'm keeping that one. That's under my arm. That's my thoughts. I'm thinking about that all the time. Some tragedies that, you know, this week we've had a personal tragedy in our family. Personal. It's not about me. There's a tragedy in our family. And yeah, that's obviously a thought and a box that you're going to need to hold on to for a while before you can just put that back somewhere. I'm laughing because it's not that easy, is it? You know, you box these things up and put them somewhere. But you know what I mean? It's not going to be that easy initially. You're going to hold on to that. It's going to be hard to carry for a while. People are going to want to come and help you carry it, but you can't even, it's hard to know how, yeah. So remember that though, that everything, you can put everything down. You can think about something else, even if it's for 10 seconds, even if the thinking about it is part of the thing that gets you through it. I don't want to go on about this specific grief. We've got a video on grief. I'm just going to change the squirrel for a second so you can see that, because we've got a good video on grief there. 5 views. I don't know. I look a bit scary in it, underlit. It's before we even. It's in this room, but before we got the lighting sorted, when we were right at the start of the stream, right in the early days at the start of this year, before we were even an affiliate, I think. So there we are. That we've got a video. I might touch on it again, but not this week. But yeah, so if you're feeling these things though, you can let everything passes like waves. You can let things go. You can find something else to think about for a bit, and that'll pass, of course. You know, watching Squid Game is not going to last all day, every day, but if you can get through 5 minutes, you can get through 10. If you've managed to get through, if you get through your darkest times by just getting through the next 5 minutes until you sort of think, oh, I did half hour there without thinking about the thing that I'm carrying, the bad thoughts, the hard things. I did a half hour there without thinking about it. Then maybe you can look for the next hour. You know, you keep having to pick these things up. You keep having to, keep having to pick them up. Eventually, you've got to really have a good rummage around, examine them, find out where to put them, how to put them down in the right places. But you know, you don't have to always. I don't know. Maybe that's a good analogy. Maybe it's not. So what I was saying was that if you're feeling a bit sad tonight, that's okay, because tomorrow you might see a squirrel. That's a nice box. That's a box you want to take a little smell of. What have they sent me? What's in this box? A little squirrel. Wow, didn't know that was going to happen. You can make the chance of your squirrel happen more by being out there, can't you? Out in the woods. Whatever it is, whatever your squirrel is, whatever, something nice. You can probably just increase the chances of making it happen in ways. Just by giving it a go and having a crack. So tomorrow can be, full of squirrels. That's my message. It's not full of squirrels now, it's full of maps or something. I don't know. There's the Samaritans, there's Lifeline. I'm Ganji Kid, that's Mental Health Monday. They're the main things. The main things.
Ganji Kid.